You know, beautiful woman. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Bible City Corner. Beside me is this young tenderoni, my wife, and today, just straight to the point, we're gonna do a talk on marriage. I realized as I look down my timeline and talk to a whole lot of other folk, a lot of people getting married, which is a good thing. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's a lot of people getting married with the wrong ideas, the wrong mindset,
or not staying married,
or that too, you know. So today, we're just gonna give our little 2 cents on it. You know, there's a few scriptures that we'll throw out, you know, eventually, but today we're just gonna talk about marriage. You ready? First one we got that we're gonna jump into is there's no more you. There's no more I. We gave all that crap up for us. It's now us. It's we. We gave up singularity for a unity. For a unity. I cannot talk. What do you got to say to that? About that on the area?
2,000 years later.
Okay. Okay. So she ain't got nothing to say, which is fine. So I'm just gonna start it off. I feel like no, it's too late. I feel
you want to put that in there?
I am about to put that in. Anyways, anyways, I can't talk. A lot of people they go into marriage thinking that you just have to fiend for you now. Get rid of that mindset first of all, because if you do, if you go in there automatically with that, your marriage is doomed to fail. Because if you instantly start thinking like, oh, I'm the most important thing, then you just, it's showing how immature you are.
Not even that, but what's the point of getting married?
Exactly.
It's about you.
If we just gonna sit here and focus on, myself the whole time, I gave all that up when I decided to become one union with her, because it's not just what you can't make up the whole union by yourself, Right. It takes 2 to make this thing up.
And like somebody told me when I first got married, your marriage is your first job.
Right.
When you wake up, when you go to sleep, you can't just pick and choose when you want to be married and when you don't.
When you keep the mindset of, okay, it's not just about me no more. You thrive at doing everything you can to work on your marriage. You make, working on yourself, seeing what you could do to, be a better spouse to your wife. One thing I always pray when I'm leaving the house and when I'm going anywhere, or while I'm just praying in general, I don't just pray for her. I make a prayer for myself. Lord, show me what I need to do to be the best husband I can need to be for her. Or Lord, teach me how to be the husband that I need to be for her, because I don't know exactly everything to do as a husband. God does though. So it's important. That's another thing I don't know if I have it in here or not, but that's another thing that's important to do. Pray within your marriage, because there's no handbook on it. The only person that knows how to work a marriage perfectively is the one that ordained it to begin with, God. So pray within your marriage.
But when you take out the I and the me in marriage and think of the we, then it helps you to better make the foundation for your marriage, because then you won't make decisions based on you and not the family and all of this other stuff. Mm-hmm. I've heard so many people where they're dating people and they're like, well, my boyfriend or my significant other does not think about us when they make decisions, and that's the whole point, because y'all are not married. They only thinking about themselves because they so used to just being them, you and them, or instead of you and them and the kids, and then you wonder why, oh my God, why are we not on one accord? It's because y'all didn't place it to be in one accord.
I think that's one thing. A lot of people say, money kills marriage. I don't think money is the problem. I think 1, the lack of God, and 2, the selfishness that takes place in a marriage. Where you just mostly focus on you. Like she just said, you have to get rid of the I's and stuff. It's not just you anymore. Keep that in mind. Always keep that in mind when it comes down to marriage. Our next one, happy spouse, happy house. I can't stand when people say happy wife, happy life. And please understand me, dudes, female, everybody, please understand me when I say this. Their happiness is not just the only happiness that matters within the marriage. Yes, don't get me wrong, it does. But your sanity, your peace, your comfort, your stability, that matters within the marriage as well. We can't just focus on one person. It can't just be one-sided. Because not only that can instantly become idolatry real hard and real fast of a heartbeat. But you can't just sit there and focus on them, because then at the same time, if you're just sitting there focusing on that one side of the marriage, you're forgetting about yourself. You can't, self-worth matters. I know we talked about this a whole lot before in the past, but self-worth matters. It's a big deal, and that's an important thing to God as well. So you can't just sit here and just focus on one side. You have to focus on, you have to think about yourself too. Okay.
My thing is with the happy house, happy spouse, I think it's the dumbest phrase
God,
people use in this day and age, because one, like I said in the last Bible study a couple studies ago, one, you have to find that happiness between yourself. Even though a marriage is between two people, and I say this all the time, you have to find yourself as an individual, so that when you come together as a union, you're not sitting here messing up each other, damaging each other, just in case it does not work, that you're damaging it for the next person. And it's not just I'm only doing this because this and that and the third because it makes them happy. No, sometimes you have to sit there and think not only for your happiness. One thing I did before me and Isaiah ever had any children is I always thought about my children when I made certain decisions in life, because at the end of the day, your storms can't be a problem to your own children. That's how generational curses start, because people sit there and they make stupid decisions, or they make crazy ideas with each other, doing crazy stuff that they weren't supposed to be doing before marriage, and then when your children get involved, then it's like, oh, I gotta do this for the kids. It's always this and that and the third for the kids. No, you have to do what's best for you and your spouse. Like some people, the people that, what do y'all be arguing about on Facebook? The kids come before your man plate or something y'all be talking about. First of all,
that's dope.
Yes, they be like, oh, your man eat first before the kids or something.
I'm sorry, I love to eat. I love my food, but my daughter comes first. I'm sorry, when it comes down to something like that.
To me, I feel like this is how it goes. With the plate, honey, everybody make their plate. You sit there and you wait, and you eat it together and call it a day. But all of this, my man eat first before anybody else. Yeah, yes, it's in the Bible. Everybody keeps loves bringing that up in the Bible, but y'all don't take what y'all supposed to take from it. Y'all only take what y'all want to hear, and it don't work like that. Yes, the man and the wife are supposed to be one, but when you bring up children into two things, listen, we gonna all eat together, one. But in the spiritual way, yes, the spouse comes before the kid.
Yes.
It's just that simple. Because some people, what they do is they take them kids and they be like, well, Johnny want to go to school today. Well, I think Johnny shouldn't go to school today. Well, I think he should. And then y'all sitting there arguing about breaking up, divorce, all because Johnny didn't want to go to school today, and y'all don't want to be parent enough to tell Johnny to go ahead and go to school.
No, he ain't that big a deal. Just go to school, bro. Go to school, Johnny.
Right.
Just piggyback off what she just said. I can't stand when people say, oh, we just trying to make it work out for the kids. In the process of you just trying to make it work out for the kids, knowing that y'all don't get along, you're teaching them that it's all right to constantly fight about killing each other, constantly calling the police on one another. Why raise up a child having them thinking it's okay to live in such toxicity with somebody that they're not even compatible with, but yet you're trying to make it work out for the kids? I understand you're trying to make it work out for the kid, but learn just to take that L, bro. No, it's just not working. It's not working. Let it go.
Not even that, but to be completely real, and I said this I don't know how many times, just because we get engaged don't mean we gotta make it to the altar.
Right.
And I say this all the time. People be acting like they just so scared to be alone and they don't want to be embarrassed. But I said I would rather sit there and be embarrassed and us not getting married than us to be married. And we done sat here, did all these years, did all of these problems, issues, did all this embarrassment in front of the whole world for us to sit there. Like they always say, it's cheaper to keep her. No, you're not keeping me, honey. First of all, divorce is high. One. Two, we not about to sit here. Y'all be staying together with folks for 10, 20 years, and they always be like, oh, the reason why marriages now ain't working is because y'all not doing like your grandma did. Listen, some people grandmas, I'm not trying to be funny or nothing, and I'm not speaking on nobody's grandmas. I'm just being real, so don't even try to, you know how y'all like to do, assume.
Screw it, I'll say it. Some people grandmas are stupid. Go ahead. I'm
right.
sorry.
Some grandmas is a little slow.
I'm sorry.
And y'all be like, I've heard one grandma tell they grandbaby that your grandpa used to cheat on me a couple times, but I let it slide. No, honey, I'm not letting nothing slide. Because what I tell y'all on the last Bible study, you let one thing slide, folks start ice skating. So we not gonna do that. I always say this: when you get married, what you allow in the beginning is what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's gonna be our ending.
And we're gonna revisit that whole it's okay if you don't make it down now. We're gonna revisit that because I got a few things to say. This one, and this is a huge problem for some reason. This is a huge misconception. It is okay if you argue. It happens. You're gonna have disagreements. You have two different worlds.
Don't get me started.
You have two, I'm gonna let you in a second. You have two different worlds colliding here. You have two different ideas. You're not going to be the same. I pray off. When I first got engaged to Martina, when the Lord first He showed me that, all right, this is your wife. Okay, cool. All right, now you gotta work on you. Okay, perfect. Now, Lord, please don't let me marry somebody that is just like me. Because if I have to I get on my own nerve. If I shut up, if I have,
I'm talking about me, honey. I know I be getting my own nerves. I be like, Lord.
That's just not nice. Anyways, I can't. I get on my own nerve sometimes. I'm just being real. I get on my own nerve or do some things that just absolutely pisses me off, and I just be ready to deck myself in the mouth.
True.
So how am I going to live with somebody else that's just like me? But anyway, to get back on topic, you're gonna argue, and here's the thing: God allows arguments. You want to know why? The reason why He allows arguments is because it's how you use it. You can either use it as a tool or you can use it as a weapon against each other. So if you're gonna use it as a tool, this is how He's gonna help build y'all up. I heard a man once tell me a long time ago when I was engaged, son, God gives you both, you and your wife, a block of wood and a chisel. Y'all both keep working at that wood, keep making that piece of wood, because that piece of wood basically represents your marriage. You keep both working at that piece of wood, and as long as you both keep working at that piece of wood, your marriage is gonna be okay. But the minute that one of y'all stop, you're in trouble. Because you basically showing God, all right, I'm not sure if I even want this thing anymore, you know?
All right.
But what are you about to say?
When it comes to that,
Eternity later.
forgot what we was talking about.
We was talking about you're gonna argue.
Oh, it's all right to argue. Y'all act like it's the end of the world when you argue.
Right.
I'm not trying to be funny or nothing. If you argue a lot and it ain't working, sometimes the arguments will bring out what it is that need to be changed. One,
what needs to be addressed.
Exactly, or not even that. Sometimes the arguments will tell you that y'all don't need to be together.
Right.
Some people, they just be like, oh my God, I don't want to argue. They'll brush everything under the rug, and then what happens is them arguments, they build up. Y'all ain't arguing, and y'all sit there and y'all keep everything hush hush. So what you do is you're sitting there and you're piling it up and piling it up and piling it up, piling it up. Then it's gonna be that one argument or that one thing that you didn't say, and then you wonder why you over there in the kitchen and they cooking, and you wonder why you got smacked upside the head with a pan. No, you laughing, but I'm serious, because then they done had too much and then boiled over into domestic violence. Okay.
Which leads us into our next key point. Find out before actually saying I do. Sometimes God allows arguments within a relationship to show you, is this what you really want to get involved with, my dude? Or my girl?
Not even arguments. It's just...
Or some things He allows it to...
Stuff in general happening.
Like for instance, say, not even just argument, like say you with somebody and y'all getting along, and then you find out he done cheated. Had a birth, then went back down. That was nasty. But you find out this person that you've been involved with, y'all just been so happy, tra-la-la-la-la, and then found out this person been cheating on you for the last 35 years or...
35 years? Honey, why were we together 35 years and not married?
I hope nobody engaged for 35 years.
Child.
I'll be the dummy at that point. But anyways, you've been with this person for however long, or been engaged with this person for however long, and then you find out that they're cheating. Don't be heartbroken by it. And that's another one of those, if it doesn't make it down the aisle, if you don't make it down the aisle, that's okay. A lot of people saying, there's nothing wrong. To be honest with you, I know it's easier when you're on the outside looking in, but I wouldn't really be embarrassed. I'm glad I found out. But anyways, and that's why it's so important to find out before you say I do. Because what you say I do to now is what you're gonna have to do. Keep saying I do to later.
Okay.
So.
Cause then by the time you married, you done hit 50 years. Then you find out you had 5, 6 kids outside the marriage and stuff because you let that one little cheating go when y'all was dating. Oh, it was okay. I let it slide. And then you realize he done lived in a whole bunch of other women.
Yeah. Next thing you trying to figure out where you got child support coming out of your paycheck
Okay.
out of nowhere. You what was it?
Okay, honey. That's why I keep saying, what you don't deal with now, you're gonna deal with later.